Hello, everyone, and welcome to YMB Movie Talk from your movie blogger. My name is Simon Mansell, and I'm very, very happy that you guys have decided to join me today this is my first proper live stream here on YouTube of my podcast. I have done a live stream before, but didn't exactly go the way I planned it to. So hopefully this one will go a little bit better. I'm very excited to actually do a proper live stream today, guys. I'm on webcam, which is a little bit different. Usually it's just audio. But today I thought, you know what, I'll come on camera and see how that turns out. So, yeah, guys, there's 4 topics to talk about today, as there always is on my show. Usually keep it to about 4 topics. And then if there's any questions at the end, I'll answer those. But yeah, guys, before I get into that, just want to say next week, Chapter 2 comes out. I think it comes out over in England on the 6th. I'm going to go on the Saturday. My tickets are booked. I can't wait to go and see it. Like I've said previous times, this is probably, I'd say, my most anticipated film of the year. The reactions to it have been kind of mixed, so I'm a little bit iffy with it. But then again, you can't really judge a film until you go and see it yourself. So I'm excited to go and see. I'm really nervous though at the same time because I don't know how it's going to turn out. But fingers crossed it'll turn out okay. I'm still excited to see it though. The first one's one of my favourite films of the past, say, 5 years. I think it's a fantastic horror film. Perfect modern day horror. Great mix of suspense and tension and subtlety, but also having that like jump scare thing that appeals to a lot of people nowadays. So it's a good balance. It's a good mix in there. But I can't wait to go and see it, guys. I'm so excited. You can see I'm smiling. Look, I'm smiling. I can't wait to go and see. It's going to be really, really cool to go and see that. So, yeah, expect a review for that next Saturday, guys. I'll bring a review out for It Chapter 2 when I go and see it. So, yeah, getting on to the topics today, guys. The first topic I want to talk about, as you've probably seen in the title of this video, is talking about the Star Wars Episode 9 footage that was shown at D23. People have been asking for it. When's it going to drop online? It's now dropped online, and I've got to say, first impressions, I absolutely adore this trailer. I have moaned before in the past about nostalgia. Sometimes some studios rely on nostalgia a bit too heavily. However, I think this trailer gets that perfect balance of nostalgia and enough modern things in there as well to really grip your interest. I think this trailer is fantastic. Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, is a film that I've been moderately excited for. I've not really been overly enthusiastic about it. I'll be looking forward to it, definitely, but it's not really a film that I've been, begging to see by any means. But then again, I'm excited to go and see it nonetheless. This trailer just amped that up for me. I've been hearing fantastic things about it from D23. Definitely go and watch the trailer as soon as you're done with this podcast. Definitely go and check that trailer out. It's fantastic. The new things that they show in there, guys, to any moderate Star Wars fan, I think will just blow your mind. That's just my opinion. When I saw it, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan by any means. I don't think the Star Wars films are as great as everyone say they are. But for me, even me as a moderate Star Wars fan can get some enjoyment out of it, that I'm sure the diehard fans will get a lot of enjoyment out of this trailer. It's nice how they start. The first half of this trailer is just nothing but nostalgia. It's nothing but clips from the previous films, the previous, say, 8 films now. None of the prequels or the spin-offs have shown. It's just the main 6 films. Obviously, I say prequels. I mean films like Rogue One and Solo. But the Star Wars prequel films are shown in there, as are the main original trilogy, and also Episode 7 and 8 as well. Just little clips in there to get you back into that Star Wars feel, show you some familiar things, and then it gets you, just spins and twists and flicks like that straight into Episode 9 footage. And the footage, it looks breathtaking. I was surprised at how good this looks. I know J.J. Abrams is back directing this film. He's a very visual filmmaker. He's a director who relies heavily on things like special effects and very epic, scenery to make his films very much an experience to see, especially if you go and see it in the cinema. And it looks like this film will be no different. It was nice to see Carrie Fisher in there. I didn't know if they'd be able to do Leia in this film. I didn't know how that was going to work necessarily, due to the fact that obviously Carrie Fisher is unfortunately she passed away a couple of years ago. So I didn't know if they would have had any footage, but apparently they're going to use footage that was shot for episode 8 that was then cut, and they're gonna put that in episode 9. It's interesting how they're going to do that. All the hints towards the Emperor. I can't wait for that. Again, is this going to cheapen the ending of Return of the Jedi? Again, it's one of those things. I don't really know how that's going to turn out until I actually go and see the film. It could really ruin it. But then again, if they explain it well enough, then it could actually turn out to be pretty good. It just depends how they approach it and how they do it, really. But I'm excited to see it nonetheless. I think it's going to be an experience. That ending scene in this trailer, guys, is one I've never seen a Star Wars trailer that I've got that giddy about before. When that scene at the end of this trailer, it was talked about so heavily at D23. I was going to talk about it yesterday on the podcast with George, but I thought, you know what, guys, I'm going to save that until it was actually released online, because there's no point just talking about something that I haven't seen. I can't really give a proper opinion on it. Well, I've seen it, and it's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen out of Star Wars. Rey draped in the black hood, very Sith-like. Is she gone to the dark side? She's wielding a double-headed lightsaber, very similar to what Darth Maul wield in The Phantom Menace. So is she gone to the dark side? What's that relationship going to be like between her and Kylo Ren? All these questions are out there, guys, and I can't wait to actually see what the possibilities are going to be for this. The trailer is epic. It's intense. It's fast-paced. It's interesting as well. It grips on that nostalgia also. It's got every single beat that you want in there for a Star Wars film. And I think more than anything, it's turned me from being very moderately excited for this film to being overly excited for a Star Wars Episode 9. As someone who knows that trailers are basically just they are an advertisement for a film. They're made to get you excited. They're made to sell tickets. That's the whole point of a trailer. So I get that. But I think what they've shown in this trailer, for me, gets me overly excited. I can feel a sneeze coming on, guys. Sorry, it's in there somewhere. It'll probably come out in a bit. There we go. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, that feels better. Right, okay. Back onto Star Wars. Yeah, guys, if you've not checked this trailer out, please, I beg you, go and see this trailer. Like I said, if you're even a moderate Star Wars fan, you will definitely find something to enjoy in this trailer. I can't wait to see the film when it comes out this December. I'm definitely going to go and see it opening day if I'm able to. And I think everyone else should probably give it a chance as well. It says that this is the end. We all know this is not the end for Star Wars. Anyone that thinks this is it for the Star Wars films are ludicrous and don't know what they're talking about. This is not the end for Star Wars. There's already a spin-off trilogy with the people who did Game of Thrones. They're doing their own trilogy. There was the Rian Johnson trilogy that was being thrown around during the production of Last Jedi. We don't know if that's going to happen or not. There's the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie with Ewan McGregor that was announced at D23 a couple of days ago. So the Star Wars series isn't done yet. But I certainly think for the main trilogy, not the main trilogy, the main franchise, for the main series, I probably guess that that's done now for at least 5-10 years. I don't think we'll be getting an episode 10 anytime soon. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But definitely, I can't wait to go and see episode 9. I'm going to be interested to see how all that plays out. So yeah, guys, let me know what your thoughts are of this trailer. If you've seen it, if you've not seen it, please go and see it. If you guys are excited for episode 9, What are you looking forward to? What you're not looking forward to? Did this trailer get you more excited? Does it hamper your expectations? Let me know in the comments in the live chat, and then I'll speak about that later on if you guys want that. So yeah, guys, that's the first topic done today. But before I get on to the second topic, I really need to have a drink because I'm absolutely sweating. It's so hot in this kitchen. It's been really hot today. I think if you've been anywhere in England today, you'll know that the weather has been ridiculous. It's so hot today, guys. So if at any point you see me taking a drink, it's because I'm literally drowning in my own sweat right now. It's so hot, it's ridiculous. But yeah, guys, okay, getting on to the second topic today. We are going to talk about, well, a bit of news that I've already kind of spoke about this on the podcast yesterday with George. However, there has been some more news that has come out since then. Also, actually, while I'm here, I do want to clarify something that I said yesterday. I said that Black Panther 2 was coming out in May next year. I got that wrong. The website that I read that from I think had a typo on there, so I just got the information wrong. It's coming out May 2022. So I'm very, very sorry for that. I'm going to try to actually get the right information in the future. I've not really messed up on any information since yet, like at any point yet. So I think 1 out of 6 podcasts isn't that bad. So hopefully I won't get anything else wrong. I can have my fingers crossed on that. But okay, getting on to the whole thing with what I was going to talk about with Spider-Man and the deal between Sony and Disney. I've already had my rant about it. If it's on my channel, if you want to go and see that. My feelings are out there about this deal. But everyone was kind of having this little bit of hope. You know, there was some news coming about that people was going to say, oh, you know, that there's still a chance. There's still a chance that this deal can be saved. Unfortunately, guys, that's it now. The dream is done. The deal now is officially over. It's been reported by Deadline, I think, that well, actually, there was an interview I think Kevin Feige gave at D23. Obviously, I wasn't at D23, but these are things that have been quoted by Kevin Feige. He was talking, he was having an interview, and they basically asked the question about the Spider-Man deal, and he basically said, that's it now. Spider-Man will no longer be in the MCU, and he will go off in his own kind of universe now. Guys, I don't know how this is actually going to work. Like, people are still wanting Tom Holland, and even Tom Holland came out and said he still wants to play this character. He still wants to play the role of Spider-Man. It's still a role he wants to do. He said he's not done with it yet. I think John Watts and Tom Holland are still signed on for other films as well. Actually, no, I don't think John Watts is. I think John Watts was only signed on for 2, but obviously his contract's done now. But Tom Holland obviously still got those films in the can. So it's going to be very interesting to see actually what happens with this. I kind of feel that they'll just have to reboot it. I don't know how they're going to... The Spider-Man films so far have been so heavily linked into the MCU timeline and with the MCU characters. I don't know how this is going to work. Unless they do some multiverse thing or they do Spider-Man gets sent into a different universe. That's the only way I can see this happening. To me, this is a complete creative nightmare. If they want to keep Tom Holland, which I'm guessing Sony really do want to keep Tom Holland because he's fantastic in the role. Everyone can see that. Everyone knows that. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do this. My gut feeling is they will reboot it. I don't know how you're going to just ignore the Tony Stark relationship, how you're going to ignore the happy relationship with Aunt May, how you're going to ignore the school kids. They're talking about Iron Man, how you're going to ignore the whole thing with Thanos and the blip, and how you're going to ignore the whole thing with Peter Parker kind of getting all of his tech from Stark Industries. How are you going to ignore all of that? And to me, they can't. So it's been so tightly woven into the narrative of these films that I don't really see a way that they're gonna get away from this. I could be wrong. Obviously, at the moment, it's all speculation. There's not another Spider-Man film in production or even in pre-production at the moment. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they do this. My gut feeling is that they will reboot this series, which is very sad to say. Will they bring him into the Sony MCU, with Venom, and they're doing Craven and Morbius with Jared Leto, I think it's coming out next year, doing the whole Sinister Six thing. Will they do that? Maybe. I don't know. Then again, there's the whole thing with the villains, with Michael Keaton's Vulture and Jake Gyllenhaal has been, obviously he was fantastic in Far From Home. He played Mysterio. So how are they going to do that? Will they even be able to use those versions of those characters? The whole thing with Nick Fury. I don't know how this is going to work. Like, I know a lot of my friends really, really badly want Tom Holland to stay in this role. And I want that too. Don't get me wrong, guys. I want that too. I just don't see how it's going to work. Sorry, guys. Just give me 2 seconds. Sorry, guys. Just had to do something on my phone. Anyway, right. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. As a fan, personally, of course, I want to see Tom Holland as Spider-Man carry on over into the future of this Spider-Man franchise. But for me, I don't see how this is going to work. There's too much connective tissue with the MCU. There's to me, there's just too many legal deals there that it's just going to complicate everything. I don't see how this is going to work. I mean, I could be completely wrong. And Sony have an amazing idea, and they're going to save this series, and they're going to do something brilliant with it that we didn't even expect they was going to do. And they was going to, they've got this big creative decision. Who knows? Like I said, I think the only way you can keep Tom Holland as Spider-Man would be to do some multiverse thing. That would be the only way. It's the only thing I can think of. If I was Sony, that's the only thing I could imagine them doing, would be to do a multiverse story with. I don't know how would they do it. It's so hard to say how they're actually going to do this. It's so convoluted. I don't see how this happens, guys. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't see how they're going to do this at all. Look, for me, guys, I just think that these characters that are in this Sony Marvel deal that have already been used are not going to be able to be used. That's my opinion. So I don't think we'll probably see Vulture again. I doubt we're going to see Mysterio again. Probably we will see a version of those characters, but I don't think we will see these particular versions of the characters that we've seen in the MCU. I don't think we're going to see that. Then again, there's always that chance. I don't know how they're going to do it. If you've got any ideas of how Sony are going to manage to pull this off, do you think they're going to reboot it? Do you think they're going to keep the continuity and just kind of ignore the MCU? I don't know how they're going to do that, but that could happen. Just let me know your thoughts, guys. I'm very mixed on it. I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm very interested to see what happens, guys. For anyone watching this stream right now, if you want any questions, any movie related questions answered on the show, you can just type it in the live chat. If you've got this stream up, just type in the live chat any movie related questions that you want answered at the end of the show. It can be anything at all, and I'll give my opinions and I'll answer those questions at the end of the show. So guys, get them in if you want to get those answered. Right, getting on to the next topic today, guys. The third topic is talking about probably the most more Sony things again. More Sony drama. What a surprise. And that is talking about the Uncharted film that has been in. It seems like this film has been rumored and been in pre-production forever. It seems like this film was announced years ago, and I think it was actually. I think this film was announced absolutely years ago, and we're still no closer to actually getting this film done. It's been announced that the director of 10 Cloverfield Lane, Dan Trachtenberg, has left Uncharted. This is the fifth director now that's left this. And one of those directors was David O. Russell. So you've got David O. Russell and Dan Trachtenberg leaving the Uncharted film, starring Tom Holland. So again, another Tom Holland bit of news. It's all happening for Tom Holland at the moment. I feel sorry for the kid, to be honest. He just doesn't seem to be getting a lot of look at the moment. But yeah, the directors left the Uncharted film. It's, put the Uncharted film back up into, nowhere, really. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm sure this film's supposed to start filming next year. Will it be able to film next year now? What will be the news coming out of that? I think they will find another director. I just don't know who they'd get. Would they go for someone a little bit lesser known? Would they go for someone, would they go for someone who's a bit more celebrated? Would they go for someone who's never done a big budget film before? Because I'm guessing this Uncharted film will be quite a big budgeted film. Also, another little bit of news coming out from the Uncharted film, not only with the whole director situation, but the film is actually being produced by PlayStation. Doesn't the film business just seem like a really weird space to be in right now? Doesn't it just seem like anything can happen? You've got Sony. You've got a division of, obviously Sony are the company which own the rights to the Uncharted series, because obviously Sony own PlayStation. It's their gaming franchise is the PlayStation franchise, so that's a game that's exclusive to the PlayStation. So to see this, to see now PlayStation have their own film production studio. Oh God, I don't even know, guys. I haven't even got an opinion on this, really. I think this could turn out brilliant, or it could turn out absolutely dreadful. In my opinion, there's no in between. It's going to be one or the other. This Uncharted film has been rumored forever now. I remember when it was first announced that this film was going to be made, there was talks about Mark Wahlberg playing Nathan Drake, and then that just died out and we didn't hear anything for ages. And then Tom Holland was cast. Now Tom Holland, he's signed on. He's ready to do this film. It's ready to start production next year. And it just seems like there's just this line of directors that just keep leaving this franchise. And it's just dragging this whole series down right now. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. I haven't even... What is going to happen with this Uncharted film? Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? I have no idea. I think this is one of those films that eventually will just get pushed out, and it won't be made, or it'll be made really cheap and really poorly. It's just going to depend on what happens with this. I think it's interesting to a point, because I think Dan Trachtenberg is one of the best up-and-coming directors right now. I think 10 Cloverfield Lane is such an underappreciated, brilliant film. It's an amazing thriller. It's full of tense moments. It's a great film, in my opinion. So to have him on board doing an Uncharted film, to me, that's a no-brainer. That is a no-brainer to me. You've got one of the best young up-and-coming directors around. You have one of the best up-and-coming actors around in Tom Holland. You have a very established series, a very established franchise that people have a very strong affinity for. People love the Uncharted games. I am one of those people. They're so cinematic. I think if it's done well, it will translate very, very well to film, which I don't think a lot of games do. But I think the Uncharted films because, well, the Uncharted game, should I say, is so much like a film. That whole series is so cinematic. I think it will translate very good. It's just one of those things. Is it actually going to happen now? There's been 5 directors and they've all gone. Guys, it's just, I can't see this actually happening. I don't know if there's any, if you guys have any thoughts on this, please let me know, because I know a lot of people love the Uncharted games. I am, like I said, I'm one of those people, and to see Uncharted just kind of being messed around with, this is like the pinnacle of original PlayStation content, and to see it just being treated so poorly and handled so poorly when this could be Sony's next big franchise. If this whole Spider-Man thing's going to happen, which obviously it is now, you need another kind of guaranteed moneymaker. And I think doing the Uncharted films well will allow Sony to have that big moneymaker. I can't see, in my opinion, this film happening. I'm sorry, I can't see it happening right now. Maybe in the next couple of years. I think Tom Holland will drop out of this film. I don't see him doing this film. I just don't see it. Tom Holland is like really busy right now. He's super, super busy right now. Do you think he's just going to wait around for this Uncharted film to happen? Because I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I think he's too talented of an actor. He's too talented. He's getting opportunities thrown at him left, right, and center. Is he just going to hang on and wait for an Uncharted film that just doesn't seem to happen? Being produced by a game company, being produced, what's it called? What do they call themselves? PlayStation Studios or something like that. Let me just double check this. The studio, they've called themselves PlayStation Productions. There you go. PlayStation Productions. I don't know, guys. I don't know. You got a gaming company producing a film. Yeah, I'm not really feeling this at all. I think this Uncharted film, again, is going to be one of those films in development hell. I think it's just going to just not get made. That's my opinion. If you guys have any opinions on the Uncharted film, please let me know in the chat. I'm very interested to hear your guys' opinions on that. Will it happen? Is it not going to happen? Who do you think could direct Uncharted and actually stay on the project and not leave? Who do you think could actually do that? Will Tom Holland stay on board? We have to wait and see about that, guys. Right, okay. The next topic that I want to talk about today is talking about, again, more D23 news. It seems like that's all I've been talking about recently is D23, but it's so much big news has come out about D23 that I haven't even talked about. Like the Mulan footage that was shown, I haven't even talked about that because I don't think that's actually been released yet. But when it gets released, I will definitely talk about that. But the one thing that has been announced, which I was actually speculating on my podcast, maybe I think it was episode 4. I was speculating about this. How are Disney Plus going to approach putting out their content? Will they follow the Netflix role? I said on that podcast, I think the days of waiting around for episodic television is dead or dying, unless you're a soap opera or a sports highlight show or a talent show. I think the days of episodic narrative storytelling TV shows is dead. And it's very, very interesting to see what Disney Plus are doing. They are, instead of going down the Netflix binge model of just releasing every episode at once, all on, every episode of one season, so you can just binge watch it in a day or 2 days or a week, whatever it might be. Disney Plus are going down the route of releasing episodes for their TV series weekly. Now, I've got some opinions on this. Disney Plus right now is is a whirlwind of I don't know what the fuck is going on. To be honest, I don't know what Disney really are doing with this. As far as the content that they seem to be putting on there is very interesting. The content that they're actually putting on there is very attractive to see. The whole stuff with the Mandalorian and the Disney live action remake of Lady and the Tramp, the whole Cruella de Vil film, the Marvel series, all of that. Oh, guys, it's interesting, and I'm looking forward to watch these shows. By the way, I'm not saying I'm not looking forward to watching any of these shows, because you can almost guarantee I will be getting Disney Plus and I'll be watching these shows every week. But coming at this from a business aspect, looking at this from a consumer point of view, if you've got a TV series that you're releasing at once, it's like watching a big film. Think about it like that. It's like watching a big film all at once. You're watching, say, for example, Orange is the New Black or Stranger Things, two of the most popular TV series on Netflix. You can binge watch it. There you go. That's your series. With a weekly episodic release TV series, if that first episode doesn't grip you like that, then interest, it's going down. It's going right the way down. Interest in Disney Plus will therefore go down as well. And my big thing is that because Disney Plus hasn't announced a European release date yet, it's got the release in America. It's coming out in November. But because it's not got a European release date yet, if they're releasing shows exclusively on Disney Plus weekly, to me, that doesn't make any sense. Because for one, the people who aren't living in America, they're not going to be able to see it regardless anyway. So there's no point just releasing it on like a weekly basis. So everyone eventually, like, they'll catch up, and then like everyone can watch, say, like the last couple of episodes simultaneously. That's not happening. So the reasoning for releasing everything like sporadically in a weekly basis, that just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking a bit too heavily in this, but I think this is putting Disney Plus at risk. People haven't got our generation now, and I know it's sad to say it, but we are impatient. We are heavily impatient, and I'm probably the most impatient person when it comes to film news. I want everything released now. I want cast release now. I want trailers instantly, because that's what we've been accustomed to. That's what we've been given. So as soon as something differs from that, it is a bit jarring, and it's something to get used to. But the days of sitting down in front of the telly watching episodic TV series is dead. It's a dying breed. It's dying. It's within a couple of years, it will be done. It will be done, except from like what I've mentioned already with the soaps, and that'll always happen because there's a big interest in that. But people don't want to wait around to see the second episode of The Mandalorian. They want it now. Like I said, that's just our generation now. That's just the world we live in. People want their entertainment instantly, and people aren't prepared to wait around once a week to get that episode of that TV series that they want to watch. People aren't going to want to do that. People aren't going to want to do that. I know that for a fact. I can guarantee you that now, when Disney Plus start releasing their ratings and their viewership and all that for their series, the first episode of everything will be sky high, 100%. The Mandalorian will be sky high. But when you get into that third, fourth week, I don't know. I think there'll be a considerable drop there. That's my opinion. I don't think it's going to retain that viewership. I'm sorry, I don't see that happening. I just don't. I don't see them keeping that viewership for that amount of time. Now, I could be 100% wrong. I could be completely wrong with this, and everyone will swarm to Disney Plus every week to watch their favorite shows. That probably could happen, but I don't think that will happen. I really don't. I think this is a big mistake by Disney. By Disney, I really do. I think you've got everything shot anyway. It's not like you record it. You know, you're doing things like ahead of time, and you're doing like one episode a day, and you've got to release them in that schedule because you haven't got enough. You haven't got everything shot. Everything is shot for these TV series. It's all there. I mean, some things are still in production, but by the time that they are released, that first episode released, everything will be done anyway. Everything will already be done and ready to go out. So it is very weird and very strange to me that they're going to keep kind of hanging on to that, hanging on to this dying form of consuming entertainment. It's very weird to me. And I think, like I said, I think Disney are making a bit of a mistake with that. I could be 100% wrong, 100% wrong. Who knows? I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm just giving my opinion on that. The one thing actually I do want to talk about as well, this is a good thing. This is a good thing, okay, guys? I'm not always negative, but the one thing that I do want to talk about is Disney Plus have released, Disney, I keep saying Disney Plus because they're coming out on Disney Plus, but Disney have released some posters for some of their MCU series that are coming out on Disney Plus, and they are interesting. If you've not seen these posters, guys, go and see these posters. They will give you a lot of indication for what we're going to see. There's a Black Widow poster that's been released. I think there was some talk about when will Black Widow actually take place, and it seems like it's going to be taking place after Civil War. So while she's on the run, so it's kind of going to take place between the events of Civil War and Endgame, Civil War and Infinity War. Sorry. So that timeline that's going to be filled in a little bit because obviously there's that big thing of what's going on. Will we maybe see Captain America? Who knows? Maybe. I'm hoping. I can dream. There's a poster release for WandaVision as well, which is going for a very... Do you remember the posters that was released for Deadpool? How there was very on the nose and very kind of, what is this? Very weird. That's exactly what the WandaVision stuff is like. The WandaVision stuff is kind of weird and a bit strange, but incredibly intriguing. So intriguing. There's a poster for WandaVision that they're in this they're in this house, and all you can see is their shadows. And with Wanda Maximoff, you see what resembles something closer to the actual Scarlet Witch costume with the pointy ears, and you see that. I can't wait to see what they do with this. Obviously, we all know WandaVision is leading into Doctor Strange 2. So, it's very interesting how Kevin Feige said we're getting Scarlet Witch. When he did the whole presentation at Comic-Con, he said we're getting Scarlet Witch. We're not getting Wanda. We're getting the Scarlet Witch. So it's very obvious that this series, it's already been said anyway, but it's obvious with that poster in itself, this is going to link into Doctor Strange. I think of all the Marvel properties that they're doing on Disney Plus, I can't wait to see She-Hulk. I can't wait to see Falcon Winter Soldier. I can't wait to see the Hawkeye series. But the one thing I'm most excited for is that WandaVision series. I'm so excited to see that because it's so up in the air of actually what it is. I think it's set after Endgame. It's obviously set after Endgame. So they find a way to bring Vision back. So that's going to be interesting to see how they do that. But then also it's got this, they've said it's got this 1950s aesthetic. How are they doing that in modern day? It seems like such a weird thing. It seems weird as anything, but so intriguing at the same time. I can't wait to see what they do with this. The WandaVision series to me looks fantastic. These posters are incredible. Like I said, if you've not gone and seen these posters, definitely go out and see them because they are very, very, very interesting. You'll definitely have an opinion on them. And I think they'll all be very, very positive as well. So I can't wait to see these series, especially WandaVision. That's probably my most anticipated thing coming out on Disney Plus, full stop. There's a lot of things coming out on Disney Plus, but that's the one thing that I'm really looking forward to, even more than things like The Mandalorian and Falcon and Winter Soldier and all these different things, Lady and the Tramp, whatever it might be. This is the one thing I'm looking forward to the most because we're finally going to see Wanda Maximoff lose her shit, and I can't wait to see how they do that. And now it will lead into Doctor Strange. We'll probably see Doctor Strange in this series as well, so that's going to be very, very interesting to see. Right, guys, that will be it for the show today. Thank you very, 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 very much for tuning in. I hope that you've liked the live stream. I hope that it's all worked. Obviously, I don't know if it's working because I'm recording it, so I don't know if the audio has been okay, but fingers crossed it has been. If you've enjoyed me doing the live stream instead of like a pre-recorded podcast, then please let me know. And maybe I can do some more in the future. You just have to let me know if you want that. Please leave your thoughts in the comments about all the topics that we've talked about today. Talk about the Star Wars trailer, especially the Star Wars trailer. I want to know what you guys think about that because, especially for me, I wasn't really that excited for Episode 9. This trailer has got me. It's took me from there to there, so I can't wait to see what they do with that. So yeah, guys, please let me know your opinions on the topics that we've talked about today. I hope to do a podcast in the next couple of days, maybe Thursday. I know I'm going to see Angel Has Fallen on Wednesday. I think I'm going to go and see Angel Has Fallen on Wednesday. So I can, if I don't I don't think I'll be able to do a podcast for Wednesday night, but I'll definitely do one for Thursday. And I think I'm going to see Dora as well on Thursday, which people will probably take the piss out of. But I don't care. It looks kind of fun. It looks kind of stupid. I'll watch it. Why not? And definitely next week, keep your eyes out for that Chapter 2 review. That'll be coming out on the podcast. So yeah, guys, we're 6 episodes in. I'm loving it. I love doing the podcast. If you guys enjoy it too, then please give it a share. Hit that notifications button on my YouTube channel to keep updated whenever I post any content on my channel. Give this stream a like. Give it a share. Put your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Until then, my name has been Simon Mansell, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.